but I gotta ask you about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her?
She's a piece of shit.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Well, happy Friday to all of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll be live today at 1 Eastern, as usual, over on Quartercast and Rumble. Today I'll have Owen Schroyer on the show, so you're not going to want to miss that. There is a kind of a roundup I want to do of unimaginable, unbelievable, unpalatable Kamala cringe that was put out all in like the last 24 hours, including her getting busted, needing notes for a simple radio interview, Tim Walz being linked to the COOF, and some nice Donald Trump wins in court, including having at least one of his trials delayed till after the election. Today, in my opinion, corrupt Judge Merkin or whatever his stupid name is in New York is going to rule on whether or not they're going to push back his sentencing, which is due to be, I think, November 18th, which is right in the middle of the run-up to the election, which is exactly what the left wants. They're getting more desperate. You know, you can look at the stuff going on with new conservative outlet Tenet. You can believe that. You can believe it happened. You can believe it didn't happen. It's difficult to say for sure, but you know, it could be an op. It could be you know, a plan to hurt, you know, left or right wing media. I don't know, but there's a lot to talk about today. And we're going to get into that right after a super quick word from this video's sponsor, Fume. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Fume. Look, we all have bad habits. Mine, or, well, perhaps my friend, was the kind you think you're doing so well going without. And then you're out with friends, or maybe you're at the pub and they're all reaching for their bad habit, and, well, I get sucked in too. And you feel that urge not to be left out. So you ask to borrow one, and, well, it's all over. Well, what if I were to tell you that there is a better alternative that helps you kick your bad habit in an enjoyable way, something you can take out with you? That's where Fume comes in. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device. It draws flavor to your mouth, and if fills the void ditching a bad habit can leave. Fume, of course, is not a vape. It's not addictive. It's a guilt-free alternative. It looks awesome, and it's made to fidget with, so it calms your anxiety with magnets and snaps and cracks. I play with this thing all the time. Flavored air isn't like vaping. If vapor was compared to sticky soda, Fume cores are closer to herbal teas. Fume has a lot of delicious flavors to choose from, like crisp mint and my favorite, orange vanilla. With flavored air, you can satisfy your oral fixation through a passive diffusion system that utilizes no electronics, vapor, or combustion. Fume is continuously investing in third-party studies to ensure the safety of their products, and it's backed by the doctors in the United States. Fume have served over 300,000 customers, and you too can become their next success story. For the limited time, use my code QUARTERING to get your free topper. It's the perfect accessory to your Fume device. Slip it onto the mouthpiece for a softer, warmer feel. It's chewable for those who love to fidget, and it's reusable. Head to tryfume.com. That's TRYFUM.com and use code QUARTERING, or scan the QR code on the screen to get your free Fume topper when you order your Journey Pack today. By the way, I absolutely love mine. You know, they sent me one to do the ad read, but it's coming really handy in times of when I feel weak. Eye-watering Kamala cringe makes Hillary Clinton look like Princess Diana. If this is what they want to publish, imagine how bad it really is. So this is a 24-second clip. I apologize for what this is going to do to you, but if I have to see it, you do too. Or not, because apparently
I would love to give you a bag of pretzels to take back.
Give me a bag of pretzels to give Doug. Because
Okay,
he
great.
actually
Okay.
would be really
Okay.
upset if I did not bring him a. So, because I can tell you that he like secretly eats pretzels at night.
Ooh, he
And
secretly
like-
eats
and I'm like,
pretzels.
Honey, you got to slow down
Well,
on the pretzels.
he can steal it. Just
What?
only a few
Oh
that
my
he can
God!
have,
Oh, he's
so-
gonna love this.
Yeah,
That's
well,
very. I will tell him.
Thank you
Oh,
so
that's
much.
yum.
Yeah, thank you.
Yum.
I would love
Yum,
to give you a bag of
pretzels.
pretzels to take back.
Give me a bag of pretzels
Okay,
to give
okay.
Doug. Because
Okay,
he-
great.
What? What? Unimaginable cringe. Listen to this, by the way. This is an interview on radio where you can literally hear Kamala Harris flipping the pages of her notes. Listen to this.
This time to address Hispanic Americans who may be on the fence about which way to vote on November 5th.
Listen, I think that it's time to move forward and
It's like it's time to move, and then she flipped the page to say forward.
to chart a new way forward. And we need to turn the page on this
Literally saying turn the
this
page.
Trump era. You know, this person who
I mean, it is no longer a question. I thought it was so ridiculous that I thought it was fake that the Trump administration put out there that she demanded notes and a sitting desk at the debates. But ABC apparently confirmed that. Then you have Kamala, Goldman Sachs' highly respected financial advisor leader, and said that my plan will increase the GDP. Goldman Sachs employees have also donated over $150,000 to Kamala campaign. They are also now getting caught publishing. I mean, this went mega viral yesterday. They took JD Vance's words about, terrible things that happen at schools, okay? They put them out of context to make it seem like, oh, well, we just can't actually do anything about it. Kamala Harris literally put out a statement of actual, just outright defamatory statements saying, yesterday Vice President Harris said, it doesn't have to be this way in response to another senseless incident. Donald Trump and JD Vance think these things are, quote, a fact of life, and we've got to get over it. Except that's not what he said. What JD Vance actually said is, I don't like that this is a fact of life, but if you're a psycho and you want to make headlines, you realize that our schools are soft targets and we have to bolster security there. Nobody disagrees with that. He did not say it's a fact of life or that he's okay with it. It's just an absolute desperate lie. This on top of deleted post, 2.2 million impressions that, of the literal AP spreading fake news that JD Vance says that these events are a fact of life. Then they issued a correction and nobody saw it because the media is now circling the wagons desperately. On top of more bad news, August jobs report came in far weaker than expected as the previous 2 months' numbers are revised down again. This is something that the Joe Biden economy has done repeatedly over the years. Over the last several years leading up to the election, basically putting out, you can see, look at this, before and after revision numbers in since January, February, March, April, May, June, and July, they were revised down every single month with an average revision of 16%, or a total revision of 16% or 340,000 jobs. They're just lying about jobs. This is by Kamala.
Should be coming across any second now. Let me check the BL. There it is. 142,000 versus July, which revised down from 289,000 from 114,000. June, big revision to 118 from 179. I cannot do the math. Somebody do.
Yeah, look what happens to the stock market while he's saying. The stock market is literally dropping as he's saying it. We are in a recession. Anybody who tells you differently is lying. We've been in a recession. And right now, the Dow Jones industrial average is plummeting, down 400 points, a full percent down in a single day. Why do you think that is? Well, the job market. Dow and NASDAQ drop after weaker than expected jobs report. I mean, they have been trying to push this off for months. Job report bad, stock market plummeting. This on top of now another level of desperation. This is Jimmy Kimmel referring to Doug Emhoff as a bedroom kitten as he introduces him on the show. Emhoff joined Kimmel on his show on Thursday night to talk about the Harris campaign after Biden was removed as a Democrat. Everybody wants to touch the spicy kitten before they come out here. What? What is wrong with these people? I'm not even going to play it because, I try to keep the show family friendly. But what is wrong with these people? Obviously, bad news for the Dow, which is plummeting, job report down. Now, President Trump gets some good news, though, on many of his court cases. The first big one is that they have moved he gets bad news on President Trump's federal trial in D.C. over J6 has now been delayed until after Election Day, according to court filing. Another huge loss for deranged Jack Smith. Speaking of Jack Smith, CNN literally creaming their jeans over this trial going back on. This is a level of embarrassing that I've never seen before. Listen to this woman literally gasming over the idea that the trial's starting again.
The other thing I want to point out here, Wolf, is there was a lightness to this proceeding. Nobody has been in this courtroom before Judge Chutkan since last October. And even Jack Smith, we haven't seen him in a courtroom for some time.
He's a celebrity.
He was there today. His beard is a lot longer than
Whoa,
the last
his
time
beard?
I remember seeing him. Judge Chutkan, her hair, it's lighter. And even at the beginning of this proceeding.
I mean, this is embarrassing. Imagine airing this. Absolutely embarrassing. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has now opened a 8-point lead on Polymarket, which again is only directional. He still trails in nearly every single poll. The only poll that's reliably Trump is Rasmussen, and it's general, and the amount he's up seems to be going down. The only things I look at in polls are the fact that this time last year, okay, Kamala Harris currently owns a 1.8 point lead on Trump in the polls. Clinton in 2016, an election she lost, was up by double that, 3.3, and Joe Biden was up 7 at this point. So I think Kamala's numbers are going down a little bit, but they really haven't swung to Trump. But remember, when Trump won, he was never up in the polls. This is just the Kamala phenomenon. It's slowing down. I think if you look at 538, 538, if you look at here again, national polls, Trump still trailing Harris by 3.1. But if you look at, I wanted to see if I could do they have the all polls, national? I wanted to see electoral college or elect president general election. That's what I want. And then if I can look at, quite frankly, just the election, if we go here to the election dashboard, whoops, no, here, give them 538, historically wrong. If we go to, presidential polls, we can look at who's ahead in this poll. We can see Harris, Trump within a point or two of each other. But if we actually look at the map in terms of electoral college, Trump is doing much better. So, it's interesting to me, if we can look at, the electoral college and things like that, how that's going to shake out. I don't know. Trump's got some ground to make up, obviously, but he's right. He's well within it. He's well within the fights. He's well within the, if I go to 538 electoral college. Sorry, in real time, I wanted to see if I could. Here we go. Electoral college, 538. This. Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. What? Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. If you look at the, Harris wins 57 times out of 100. Trump wins 42 times out of 100. This is from today or yesterday. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The betting market seemed to be putting Trump building momentum, but obviously a lot of people probably a little nervous about his court cases. Judge Merchan, by the way, sued for financial disclosures yesterday, so that's good. He's going to rule later today on whether or not he's going to try to sentence Trump before the election. I assume he's going to try to do that. We'll have to see how that shakes out. Obviously, it would be a big win if Trump could push that off so he doesn't have that specter over him and these corrupt judges can stop literally trying to interfere. This after bombshell report yesterday that the district attorney Bragg, top spokesman in his office, called everything, complete nonsense. He's also in court today appealing E. Jean Carroll and the ridiculous conviction that he got there.
Her husband was a news anchor, actually, John Johnson, a very nice guy. She called him horrible things. We weren't allowed to say that in the trial. She said horrible things about him. I guess they're since divorced. He's a very nice guy, African American, and she said very bad things. We weren't allowed to use that in the trial, which surprised a lot of people. But she made up a story, it fabricated 100% that I attacked her at Bergdorf Goodman. You know, it's very interesting. I don't think they were allowed to use this either. Her favorite show is Law and Order. And there's a almost exact story as her story in Law and Order about being attacked.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? So we're going to see. We're going to have to see, you know, if he wins that appeal. I don't think that one really matters. That one's just a money deal. We're going to see. But Trump's building some momentum. I'm hoping that, you know, that continues. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.